hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm a mom, I'm a health educator, I'm a trainer, and I'm an athlete, but most importantly, through struggles of my own, I found solutions that I'm excited to share with you. Today I'm going to be talking about something that's really concerning right now during our quarantine and social distancing. A lot of people have been coming across the problem, and I sure hope you haven't because it's no fun, of themselves or someone they know, one of their family members, having a dental problem. And because of the quarantine and COVID, a lot of dental offices are closed. And if they can find someone to work on their teeth at all, they've had to drive hours sometimes to get these dental problems, or they've had to wait a long time to get help for these dental problems. So a toothache, a root canal, something that's causing pain in your mouth isn't fun at any time. But right now we need to be especially attentive to the prevention of different kinds of oral problems because we don't have a lot of dentists available to us right now, right? So please please share. I'd like to bring as much value to as many people as I can. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. Lifestyle to Thrive. So I'm going to be talking to you from a scientific research study. I don't want to give you just some hoo-ha, this is what I think information. No, this is actually from the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine. And this is a really cool research study because it is a triple-blind, randomized study. So that means that there's pretty much no chance for any kind of tampering and bias, which is incredible. So I want to point out something first before we get into exactly what this article is about, which is about the incredible benefits of something called oil pulling. And if you haven't done oil pulling for your oral hygiene yet, I'm going to explain to you what it is, what you can expect from it, what the science tells us it's good for, and what other people's results have been, even if it hasn't been done in research yet. So please stay tuned. But as the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine, oil pulling for maintaining oral hygiene points out, first of all, the mouth is considered as a mirror of the general health of the human body. Oral cavities harbor billions of microorganisms. Some of these contribute to the development or progression of systemic diseases, such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes mellitus, etc. Oral health and general health is interrelated. So the first step to having good oral health is to have good general health. And that's why I always share with you about my complete nutrition system, because it has changed my nutrition and how I can achieve synergistic nutrition. It's changed my family's nutrition and so many other people that I care about. And I'd love to help you or the people that you know if you are looking to improve your nutrition. Over here, I have a list of the kind of nutrition we get in one shake. And I'm not going to read all of this for you. I will post it though, so you can check it out. It is a long list. And I've read it before, and it takes a little bit of time. So you could just check that out a little bit. And what we get is these complete meal replacement shakes. And that is what is in our complete meal replacement shakes. Why? Well, for one thing, a shake, because of its liquid form, is very easily absorbable by the body. And so our bodies can absorb the nutrition that we need so much. Another reason why is because it's quick, it's easy, and you just need to mix it with water. And so right now, especially when we're trying to avoid the grocery store, or say that you like to travel and go camping, for whatever reason, you don't want to carry around a lot of food, this is really ideal. And they taste delicious. So if you or someone you know is looking for a fantastic, synergistic nutrition solution, message me or the person who shared this video with you so we can answer your questions. I love sharing with you transformations because seeing is believing, and I never want you to take my word for anything. I always try to back it up with scientific data and real life stories. And today I want to share with you the real life stories of Francois Newbery. Look at that transformation. Oh yeah, good job. Woohoo! Woo! Okay, so Francois just shares this really simple, this complete nutrition system provided me with the best possible nutrition to elevate my performance like never before. Thank you so much, Francois, for sharing that, and you look amazing. Keep rocking it, my friend. So this is good for weight loss or lean muscle mass gains, because what our body wants to do when we have good nutrition is to become the best versions of ourselves, the most healthy we can be. Okay, back to oral hygiene and oil pulling. So what is oil pulling? What in the world do you do when you oil pull? Well, you get some oil and you just, just kidding. It's not that bad. Okay, so this is the official procedure of oil pulling. You're going to take about a tablespoon of some kind of oil. These oils can be coconut oil, which is what I always use. I prefer coconut oil. Sunflower oil, sesame oil. Some people use olive oil. Try to get a good quality oil. We don't want to use anything with hydrogenation or trans fats. That's not going to purify your mouth. So you take about a tablespoon if you're an adult, and you're just going to swish it around in your mouth in the early morning. You can do it about 3 times a day, early morning, before you eat breakfast, before you eat lunch, before you eat dinner. And you do this for about 20 minutes. Now, when I first started oil pulling, it took me a little bit of time to get used to. So I started with just a few minutes and then I worked my way up, and then it becomes a lot easier just as you get used to it. Think about it like chewing gum. We can chew gum for hours. You're just swishing around your mouth. Unfortunately, you can't really talk when you're doing this though. So it makes it difficult to show you right now. I'll show you in the end though. Okay, so in the case of children, you don't want to use a whole tablespoon. You're using a teaspoon for children after the age of 5. It's not recommended for children under 5 because we don't want to swallow this. This isn't healthy to just drink oil, right? Even a tablespoon or teaspoon at a time. Well, okay, we're not even going to get into that, but there's some people who do. And they also don't want to swallow it if it's full of toxins, which is what the point of oil pulling is. The point of oil pulling, and I'll read more about this in just a second, is to get the toxins to come out of your mouth, and even further, some people theorize, into the oil, and then spit it out. Okay, so you're going to do a tablespoon, swish it for about 20 minutes is the goal, spit it out, and then wash your mouth clean. They recommend saline water. I often just do normal water. We just want to get rid of the toxins that are left in the mouth. If your jaw aches, you can decrease the time to 5 or 10 minutes. And oil pulling is ideally done on an empty stomach before brushing your teeth. So you can oil pull and then brush. And it should be practiced 3 times a day. And then one other thing that they pointed out is that individuals who have a hard time brushing their teeth, maybe because of oral ulcers. I know a lot of people who go through chemotherapy have very sensitive mouths. So people who have sensitive mouths or have a hard time brushing for some reason can oil pull and maintain oral hygiene. But for the general public, we don't do this instead of brushing. We do this as well as brushing and flossing. Brushing and flossing is very important. So really quick to go into this study. Now this is a very long study. If you're interested in really getting to the science, I recommend that you check it out. Again, it's called Oil Pulling for Maintaining Oral Hygiene, a Review. And this is in the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine. Check it out for yourself if you want to read all the details. I'm going to give you the juicy tidbits and facts. Okay, so I already mentioned that this is a triple-blind controlled study involving 20 subjects who polled for 15 to 20 minutes daily for 45 days. And then they checked their plaque scores, gingival scores, so their gum scores pretty much, and a number of bacterial colonies decreased all of these after doing the oil pulling. They allowed the participants to stop oil pulling for the next 45 days, and all of these scores were increased. And so because they could see the decrease with oil pulling compared to no oil pulling, that was really important to come to the conclusion in this study. So decreasing the gingival scores, the number of bacterial colonies, the things that are going to cause problems in our mouth is very important to prevent us having those toothaches. Now there's more to oil pulling than what this research study has come out with, and there's so much more scientific information to check out. Different kinds of research studies telling us about the benefits of oil pulling. Now traditionally in Ayurvedic medicine, this is some of the science that they came up with. I call it science loosely though, okay? So this is traditional medicine now. So it's believed that oil pulling helps to excrete toxic heavy metals by saliva. Oil pulling activates salivary enzymes which absorb toxins such as chemical toxins, bacteria toxins, environmental toxins from the blood and removes them from the body through the tongue. Thus, oil pulling detoxifies and purifies the entire human body. However, it is argued that since oral mucosa is not semi-permeable, toxins of the body and blood cannot pass through it. So there's a little bit of research that needs to be done if it detoxifies the whole body. But the research does show that we reduce the bacteria in the mouth, which is very important. Okay, also, it's believed that oil pulling generates antioxidants which damage the cell wall of microorganisms and kill them. These oils will attract the lipid layer of bacterial cell membranes and cause it to stick and get attracted and pull to the oil. During oil pulling, the oil gets emulsified. There's a lot of scientific language here, so I'll summarize. So pretty much because the oil is in our mouth as a lipid, it's able to pull the toxins away from our mouth and decrease dental caries, gingivitis, periodontitis, and bad breath from the oral cavity. And I definitely think it decreases bad breath. Oil pulling, when practiced regularly, is believed to freshen and stimulate the mind even, strengthen the senses. It is also beneficial in a sore throat, dry face, impaired vision, taste loss, and anorexia. So these are things that people reported it being beneficial for, not scientifically proven by this research study. Personally, I find that one of the benefits of oil pulling is teeth whitening. So I like my coffee. I drink coffee about every morning. I love my Complete Nutrition System, has an amazing organic coffee that I really enjoy. But that can make your teeth turn a little bit yellow. And so I really think that the oil pulling helps, because whenever I do see that my teeth are getting a little yellow, I make sure I'm getting my oil pulling in, and it definitely seems to take that away. So to conclude on the scientific research, oil pulling is observed to bring improvement to oral hygiene when practiced correctly and regularly. Based on currently available research, it can be concluded that oil pulling, when performed as recommended, can be safely used in an adjacent to maintain good oral hygiene and health, along with routine toothbrushing and flossing, with promising positive results. So there it is, guys. Make sure you're brushing and flossing, and do some oil pulling too, because brushing and flossing, while it can help loosen and remove some of that plaque buildup, it's not actually getting the toxins out of our mouths, which is really important too. And again, if you are looking to improve your nutrition and you want to do it in a synergistic way that has amazing results, 30-day money-back guarantee, message me or the person who shared this video with you so we can help answer your questions and get you started. All right, guys, please like, please share. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful day and a lifestyle to thrive.